There's a fish swimming beneath the Antarctic ice right now, with no red blood cells. None. Its blood is completely transparent. If you cut it open, clear fluid would seep from the wound, not red. And here's what makes this truly impossible. Red blood cells carry oxygen. That's their entire job. Every vertebrate on this planet, every mammal, bird, reptile, amphibian, and fish relies on hemoglobin packed inside red blood cells to deliver oxygen from lungs or gills to every living tissue in the body. Without it, you suffocate. Your cells starve. Your organs shut down. It's not negotiable. It's basic biology. Except for this fish. The Antarctic icefish doesn't just survive without hemoglobin, it thrives. 16 different species, living in the coldest, most oxygen-demanding waters on Earth, have abandoned one of the most fundamental tools in the vertebrate survival kit. This is the story of how evolution broke its own rules, and why the solution only works in the most extreme environment imaginable. Let's start with what blood is supposed to do. Your blood is red because of hemoglobin, a protein that grabs oxygen molecules and carries them through your circulatory system. A single red blood cell holds about 270 million hemoglobin molecules. Each one binds 4 oxygen atoms. This is why your blood can carry roughly 70 times more oxygen than plain water could. It's a delivery system refined over hundreds of millions of years. Fish invented hemoglobin long before anything crawled onto land. The Antarctic icefish threw that foundation away. Their blood looks like watered-down antifreeze. Under a microscope, it's mostly just plasma with white blood cells drifting through it. No red, no hemoglobin, no oxygen-binding molecules at all. If you held a vial of icefish blood up to the light, you could see straight through it. And this isn't one mutant species. This is an entire family, 16 species spread across the Southern Ocean, all sharing the same impossible adaptation. To understand why icefish could survive this, you have to understand the water they live in. Antarctica's coastal waters hover between 28 and 35 degrees Fahrenheit, below the freezing point of fresh water. The only reason the ocean doesn't turn solid is the salt. Cold water holds more dissolved oxygen than warm water, a lot more. The Southern Ocean is saturated with oxygen, up to 40% more than tropical seas. But cold does something else. It slows everything down. Enzymes work slower, muscles contract slower, metabolic reactions barely crawl along. And there's another problem: viscosity. Cold water is thicker, blood becomes sluggish, circulation slows. The heart has to work harder to pump fluid through narrow vessels. Hemoglobin makes blood even thicker. The more red blood cells you pack into your circulatory system, the more viscous your blood becomes. It's like trying to pump syrup instead of water. In oxygen-rich Antarctic waters, hemoglobin became a burden. It slowed circulation. It increased the energy cost of every heartbeat. So the icefish made a trade. They gave up hemoglobin's oxygen-carrying capacity in exchange for thinner, faster-flowing blood that could circulate more easily through a cold, sluggish body. But you can't just delete hemoglobin and survive. Without it, icefish blood can only carry about 10% of the oxygen that normal fish blood can carry. So they had to rebuild their entire physiology. First, they pumped more blood. An icefish heart is massive, sometimes 4 times larger than you'd expect for a fish their size. It beats slowly but powerfully, pushing enormous volumes of blood through their body. Their blood vessels are wider, reducing resistance. It's a high-volume, low-pressure system designed to move as much oxygen-poor blood as possible, as quickly as possible. But volume alone doesn't solve the problem. You still need to get oxygen into the blood and into the cells. So they expanded their surface area. Their gills are enormous, with far more contact with oxygen-rich seawater. More surface area means more oxygen can dissolve directly into their plasma. Their skin is scaleless and incredibly thin, almost translucent. You can see their muscles and bones through it. This allows oxygen to diffuse directly from the water into their tissues, bypassing the blood entirely. Icefish are literally breathing through their skin. Some species absorb up to 30% of their oxygen this way, and the heart itself is different. Instead of dense muscle packed with capillaries, icefish hearts are spongy, filled with open spaces that allow their low-pressure blood to seep directly into the heart muscle. It's wildly inefficient by normal standards, but in Antarctica's oxygen-rich waters, inefficiency doesn't matter. The oxygen is everywhere. The challenge is moving it fast enough. So how did this happen? Scientists traced it back to a single mutation, roughly 15 million years ago. The mutation deleted a massive chunk of DNA, not just the gene for hemoglobin, but also the gene for myoglobin, a protein that stores oxygen in muscle tissue. This wasn't a small tweak, it was catastrophic damage. Any fish born with this mutation in warm water would have died immediately. Its blood couldn't carry oxygen, its muscles couldn't store it. But in the freezing, oxygen-saturated waters of Antarctica, it survived. Barely. The first icefish were almost certainly weak and sluggish, but they had one advantage: thinner blood. In an environment where every other fish struggled with cold, viscous circulation, these mutants could move blood faster, and that was enough. Over millions of years, natural selection refined the adaptation. Hearts grew larger, gills expanded, skin thinned. Each generation pushed the boundaries of what a vertebrate could do without hemoglobin. But this adaptation comes with a price. Icefish are locked into the coldest waters on Earth. They can't migrate to warmer seas. Their entire survival strategy depends on freezing temperatures and oxygen-rich water. Move them into water just a few degrees warmer, and they fail. Their metabolic rate increases. Their tissues demand more oxygen, but their blood can't deliver it. They start to suffocate in water that would be paradise for almost any other fish. In experiments, icefish struggle to survive above 43 degrees Fahrenheit. That's still cold, but it's a hard ceiling. Cross it, and their physiology collapses. They're also the only Antarctic fish without another crucial adaptation. They produce antifreeze proteins that bind to ice crystals in their body, keeping their fluids liquid below freezing. Without these proteins circulating in their transparent blood, they'd freeze solid from the inside out. The Antarctic icefish forces us to rethink what's essential in vertebrate biology. We talk about hemoglobin as if it's fundamental, as if blood must be red, as if oxygen transport requires iron-based proteins. But evolution doesn't care about what seems fundamental. It cares about what works. In the freezing Southern Ocean, hemoglobin stopped being the best solution, so it disappeared. And in its place, a fish evolved that rewrote the rules of circulation, respiration, and oxygen delivery. Every adaptation we think of as universal is really just a solution that worked well enough, for long enough, in enough places, that it became the default. But defaults can change. The icefish lives in a world where the default failed, and it survived by becoming something no other vertebrate has ever been. Beneath the Antarctic ice, right now, fish with transparent blood are hunting in the dark. Their hearts, 4 times too large, pump clear fluid through bodies so thin you can see their bones. They breathe through their skin. They carry antifreeze in their veins. They've abandoned one of the oldest adaptations in vertebrate history, and they thrive. The Southern Ocean is one of the harshest environments on Earth. For 15 million years, these fish lived in cold that doesn't vary, in water that stays just barely liquid. They evolved for a world that doesn't change. But now the ice is thinning, the water is warming, and the fish with transparent blood are running out of cold. Evolution gave them a solution that worked for 15 million years. Whether it will work for 15 more is a question they can't answer.